Hello, hello.
Hello, Eduardo.
Oh, Hunter, how you doing?
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone. My name is Hunter Smith with MetaStock. We're excited to bring you another webinar today with our guest presenter, Eduardo Gills. Before we get too far into the presentation here, I want to cover our disclaimer. If you guys have watched our videos before, you'll know that we cover this legal disclaimer up front. This demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and accompanying software plugins. It's not a recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using the specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by investors who are aware of the risk inherent in trading. MetaStock shall have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of our software, any trading strategies, or any information provided in connection with the company. Now that that's out of the way, Mr. Eduardo Gills, we've been a partner with TradingTotal for quite some time now. Eduardo is a wonderful educator. He is the CEO and co-founder of TradingTotal, and TradingTotal is basically an educational trading company devoted to algorithmic trading and education through the use of proprietary technological trading systems. And Eduardo comes out with new systems that are very, very good quite frequently. So I'm always excited to have him with MetaStock and presenting to our audience and telling us a little bit more about some of the systems that he and TradingTotal have. Eduardo, are you there?
Oh, yes, Hunter, I'm here.
Wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you. Let me go ahead and set you as a presenter here. And
yeah, to share my, okay, perfect. Let me see. Okay.
I can see it. Perfect.
You can see the slides are changing? Yeah?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here today. My name is Eduardo Gills. I'm TradingTotal co-founder and CEO. I'm very glad to present today this webinar in the name of our company, TradingTotal, and also as a MetaStock partner. Let me talk a bit about our company and what we do. Our firm is headquartered in Sarasota, Florida. TradingTotal is devoted to technological trading and education. We develop algorithmic trading systems, algorithmic tools for independent traders, for retail trading, basically. And at the same time, we offer a unique technology-based methodology for educating and training our traders in the use of our technological systems and tools. So now, let me present our today's agenda. We have a great presentation in store. We have a lot of topics to present today. Basically, well, our today's webinar is titled Smart Trading using the new TradingTotal ST alert system for MetaStock. Regarding our sequence of topics, we will present our alert systems common general methodology first, which applies to every TradingTotal system, not only for our new smart ST system. That methodology is formed by three elements, basically three elements: buy and sell alerts on price area, bullish and bearish trend rebound, and bullish and bearish momentum highlighted bars. We will see a chart in a few seconds in order to show all these elements. All of these elements are present in our system, right? Good. We will also talk a bit about our main proprietary indicators, and we will also present for the very first time our new trading total volatility index as a very useful new tool to foresee and anticipate next coming moves based on how the individual volatility behaves. This is a difference with another volatility index, for example, the VIX. In this case, we will show you our recently developed total volatility index, which applies to individual instruments to be traded. Then we will specifically get into the new trading total smart trading system. We will present and we explain how this new system works. We will talk about similarities and difference between our traditional alert systems and this new very innovative alert system, which is, by the way, very smart, very smart. Then we will discuss multiple examples in different time frames applying this new STM smart system, while and at the same time we will also apply our previous traditional alert system to see similarities and difference, and we will present also a very innovative way to use both set of systems at the same time. The new smart system and basically one of our traditional system, which I consider is the best one, the most popular, by the way, the MTS S2 alert system. So we will combine both systems to see how dramatically your odds will be increased using both systems at the same time. Finally, we will show you how to find high quality candidates, high quality instruments to be traded with the use of an extraordinary MetaStock capability, the Explorer functionality. So let me move forward because we have a lot of topics, really a lot of topics to be addressed today. Let me move to the next slide, which is the number 4 slide. Okay. This slide is showing, well, it's an example of what you get on your chart when you apply our alert system. Any alert system, in this case, is a new one. You can see the 3 elements we were talking about. The buy and sell alerts right here. Here is simplified a little with a B. B means buy, and in the case of sell is a S. This is because we will get with this system a sequence of alert. Most of the time, we will get several alerts in a row. So in order to avoid overlapping, we put only a B, right? This is the buy alert in this case. 2 here, one another here, another one, right? We have the trend ribbon at the lower part of the chart. You can see, okay? Any of our alert systems methodology says more or less that this concept is we have maximum odds when we have the 3 elements at the same time. With 3 elements, well, the alert by itself, the highlighted bar in the case of the new smart ST system, the alert, the highlighted bars are presented in blue color for up moves, and it will be presented in magenta color for down moves. We have at the same time the 3 alerts. We have the concept is we have the 3 alerts. Our odds will be maximized, right? The question is, that means that we cannot take a position if we don't have all of the 3 elements present. For example, 2 elements. Well, basically, no. We can trade anyway with 2 elements, for example, and we will see several examples where there are very nice movements, up moves or down moves, only with 2 elements. But my personal recommendation for a more or less conservative approach is try to find the 3 elements at the same time, right? At the same time, there is a number 4 alert right here. You can see exit alerts. This is because we present in the same package 2 systems, one with the 3 elements for the entry, and at the same time, we have another 4 alert, which is the exit alert, in order to take maximum advantage of just one micro move. For example, if you want to take advantage of this very potent up move, we can present some exit alert more or less here. We will see some examples during our today's presentation. More or less, this is another example. This is our number 5 slide. Here we see our new system applied. We can see the 3 elements. In this case, it's a down move, more or less a down move right here. We have the bearish trend here. We have the highlighted bars in magenta color, and we have the sell alerts. Okay, we will see in a few moments how important it is to get a sequence of alerts, several, at least 2. Okay, alerts, consecutive alerts in a row. We can see another moderate movement here where the system was showing up the signal, the alerts. And here, after this bottom, we had a very potent reversal right here. And can you see, here you can see this buy alerts, a sequence of the alerts. Right here, for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. This is a very potent move. Basically, our system is based in momentum, as I told you, and the intensity of the momentum will be expressed by the number of alerts, of consecutive alerts we can show, okay, we can see. This is more or less the concept and the key concept. So, in short, the larger the number of alerts, the more potent the move up or down move will be. Okay, let me move to the next slide. Right here is the number 6 slide. Well, here we have the exit alerts we were talking about a few seconds before. So we have a very intense momentum being created here, because basically this is a concept, a blast of momentum, okay? And then when the momentum is decreasing a little, you will get the exit long, so you can take advantage at partial profits or close the whole position if you like, right? This is an interesting aid in order to manage your position, right? It's very, very useful for scalpers because obviously this system is very suitable in order to be applied to any time frame, from 1 minute or even smaller, right? Ticks, for example, and to daily and weekly time frame. Let me move to the next one. The next one is the number 7, right? We have another example here. So we can see here, this is Amazon in daily time frame. We can see the alerts present here. The 3 elements are present at the same time in this chart. Couple of alerts here. This is the minimum I like in order to define a possible entry, right? One isolated, let me see, one isolated, just this, for example. Well, if you are aggressive, you can take it. It's not a bad decision, but you have to be sure that you are comfortable trading with just one alert, because it is an aggressive approach, right? I prefer to at least have 2 consecutive alerts in order to take a position, right? This one, for example, eventually this one. We will see in a few minutes how to set the stop loss. This is very important in order to set up the stops, the original stop loss, because when you are a little extended right here, for example, you have a more or less clear move here, micro move. Well, you have to set up in a relevant area of support, in this case, in the case of a buy signal, right? So let me move to the number 8 slide, where we are summarizing a little the concepts and what we are looking for, okay? This is more or less what we are looking for. After several examples, well, we try to define the core of the system, as I told you, is to look for a sequence of several buy and sell alerts. Once again, the larger the number of alerts, the more accumulated momentum we have, so the more potent up or down move will be. This is a very simple concept, right? In the case of the buy alerts, we need to see this sequence of alerts, at least a couple, right? Which will be showing up momentum, obviously, a blast of momentum. We need a green color ribbon showing the bullish trend. And we need, and this is very important, I would like to highlight this, the blue color highlighted candles bars, okay? Showing low, long, medium, and short-term up momentum in synchrony, totally synchronized. This is the concept. When you have highlighted bars, it's because we have short, medium, and term momentum present at the same time, simultaneously. The same concept for sells or for shorts, a sequence of sell alerts, red color ribbon, and magenta color highlighted bars. Okay, 3 at the same time. This is conservative. This is good. Then you can, after you get some practice with the system, you can select an entry with, for example, the highlighted bars and short sequence of alerts, one alert, for example, right? Or you can select with the sequence of alerts, several consecutive alerts, and the green color ribbon, waiting for the next 1, 2, or 3 bars where you should receive the highlighted bar. You need to get very close to the buy alert, the highlighted bar. Okay. Let me now see another example. This is our slide number 9, right? And we have another example. In this case is Boeing, okay? And we have in the daily time frame also a sequence of several consecutive alerts. This is 2, and this is very close. It's 3 consecutive alerts. Any of these bars are good for an entry. We will explain in a few minutes how to execute the entry, exactly how to execute. Okay, but for now, you can understand showing these alerts and how the price finally moved, that this is a buy event. Clearly, there are 5 alerts in 7 bars. Okay, more than enough. Here we got an exit long right here. Then we have a pullback immediately. So if you took this alert right here, maybe you put the stop here or in some place, we can see into the left right now, but you got an interesting movement, okay? A very interesting movement, very profitable. We have another sequence right now during this up move, and one important thing to highlight is our system is basically a closed bar rule system. So this system is showing the alert not in this day. The alert will be shown the next day after this bar close. This applies not only for daily time frames, applies for any period. For example, if this were a 1 minute time frame, well, you have to wait until the next minute to confirm that we have an alert here, and then you can take the maximum of the bar. You will be the height. We will be explaining very precisely how to execute the entry in a few minutes. We have, after the pullback, another sequence of alerts, a couple of alerts here, another couple of alerts here, exit alerts here. This is an isolated alert, right? Just one. We will explain how we can take advantage of this isolated alert using the other system, one of our traditional systems, the MTS2. This is very funny to see, very interesting, how both systems combined improved a lot your odds to be successful. We have another sequence of alert here, not very close, but just one alert in the middle. This is a more or less classic pattern, right? If you have some technical analysis knowledge, you know that this is very interesting, very nice. And so let me move to the next example. The next example is a down move. In this case, this is Bank of America. Bank of America is our slide number 10. Give me 1 second, please. Just 1 second. In this example, well, we can see how potent the sequence of alerts is. Can you see these 2 alerts here, another here, another here? You break this base, boom, down move. Okay, this is a short, in this case, daily time frame. If you can short, well, if your trader provides the possibility to short for a couple of days, a few days, excellent. If not, you can trade options, or you can go to intraday time frame, which is a little easier for shorts. We have another short event here. You can see all the elements present here and here. The bearish ribbon at the lower part of the chart, the highlighted bars, and the S signal. This is very precise because the system is not taking into account all this mess when you are probably retesting this 200, 450 moving average. This is a long-term, an extra long-term moving average, 450 periods. It's very useful as a reference of support and resistance. And this is 200, right, in red color. So after the mess is solved, we have the alert and the continuation right here. Okay. Another example here. This is a buying again in daily time frame, a down move. You can see how these alerts are behaving. It's very good. Below the 450 or above, if it's a long move, you're expecting to trade. Well, movements are normally more decided than below the 200. Or what I mean is I love to cross the 450 moving average. The cross of 200 is a lot of crowd doing this. Sometimes it's tricky, but the 450, when you take this cross over, in this case a cross down, well, it's much safer in general. So we have a couple of alerts here, and we have another couple of alerts. And look, this sequence, very nice, very nice. All the elements present, ribbon, highlighting bars, sell signals, kaching. Okay, this is the exit short corresponding with all these shorts, right? After the retest. Okay, after the retest. Let me move now. Well, now that I saw a few examples, we will see more examples in a few minutes. I would like to talk a bit about our preferred proprietary indicator, our SMOM, which means smooth momentum indicator. Basically, well, it's a double plot indicator showing short-term and long-term momentum. Short-term is in gold color and green color for the long term. S momentum has an excellent balance between reactivity and cleanness. I mean, the indicator is clean enough not to be confusing, and at the same time is reactive enough, so you can anticipate the beginning of the movements, and at the same time you can manage movements with the indicator. It's a reinforcement variable for us, the S momentum indicator. So we use our proprietary indicators in order to empower our 3 elements trading system, our alert system, right? We use it to, obviously, and this is the reason, because we use it to empower our system. We check the quality of our possible entry points shown by the system. This is a very good help, as I told you, for managing positions. Let me show you how it works. This is how the S momentum indicator works. Basically, I told you 2 plots, the yellow one, gold one, is the fast plot, and the slow one, which is the green one. Okay, basically the concept is the classic concept for two plots. Is we want the fast one, I mean the yellow one, above the green. We want both the fast one and the slow one going up, uptrending. Okay, at least the micro movement. Okay, and we want both above the neutral level, which is at 0 right here. So we have positive reading and negative reading. Okay, we want both in the case of a buy alert, this is for a long, in positive territory. If we are trying to short, well, we want negative territory, and we want the yellow below the green, okay, and both going down. We can see how good this indicator reinforce the alerts. Let's suppose you are very aggressive, for example. So you say, if I wait for the three elements at the same time, well, maybe we will be losing a lot of money. Okay, we will not get in the maximum profit. So let's go to this point where we have buy alerts right here. Okay, but we don't have highlighted bars. This is one of examples I promise you to show today where maybe we can trade despite we don't have the three elements simultaneously. We have the rebound, that's good. We have the buy alert, which is good. This is not the smart system, this is the MTS2 system, but this is a very nice example to show how the S momentum works. So the moving average, this is in 100, this is a 50, and this is a 20. They are still a mess. I mean, this is a spaghetti, right? They're crossing to each other all the time. So basically, by definition, it's a very aggressive entry. We are very close to the bottom. The 200 is going down, which is not so conservative for a conservative trader. And at the same time, the 450 is also going down. So we have to be sure that if we are willing to take this entry, we have this momentum in agreement. Take a look at this buy alert, for example. Buy alert, no highlighting bars, but we have the trend. So what we do? We go to the S momentum indicator. Yellow is above the green, yellow is uptrending, green is uptrending, and both above the neutral level. This is okay for me. This is okay. So if I am aggressive, we can take it. If you are conservative, don't take this. Just wait until you have the three elements present at the same time. Rebound, highlighted bars, and buy alert. Okay, this is the case. And at the same time, well, the S momentum is also very good here, right? So you refine the entry looking for quality, very high quality with the S momentum indicator. At the same time, the momentum indicator can indicate when you can get out of the trade. We can see here when we have a very well developed move. So here we have, well, we are above the 400, the 100 cross above the 450, which is very good. Which is the best entry? Well, this is okay. And this is another example where we can take the trade despite we don't have the highlighted bar. We have the trend, we have the buy alert, we don't have the highlighted. What we do? Wait until the next bar or maybe two. If you get the highlighted bar and you are very close to the buy alert, move on. Take the high and you are into a very good trade with very good possibilities to be successful. High odds. And this is exactly what happened. You can see that. At the same time, if you took advantage of this entry and you are right here, here you can see how this yellow, this fast S momentum indicator crossed down right here. This is a good moment to get out of the trade if you are a scalper and you are okay taking the partial move. But the most potent move, I mean, this is the best part of the move. Then, well, we start maybe to have some kind of struggling to continue up. right? Of course, we got 1 alert, 2 alert, 3 alerts. If you want to take this number 4 alert, well, it's a little extended maybe, right? The system doesn't change the common sense and the technical analysis concepts, right? Let me talk a little about our new total volatility index indicator. This is a fantastic indicator, fantastic really, because it's an individual volatility indicator. It doesn't tell you anything about the market. No. I don't care the market. What I do care is what's going on with the volatility with this instrument we are willing to trade. I don't know who is, what is the case, but let me tell you that this indicator applies for stocks, ETF, futures, Forex, any kind of instruments, right? Let me explain how it works. As with in agreement with the traditional volatility concept, volatility going up is related to bearish markets, and volatility going down is related to bullish markets. Okay, but it's not so simple. With this indicator, we open a little more the possibilities. In our case, we added another variable, okay, which is a negative or positive reading. You can see here the indicator can be positive or can be negative, can be uptrending or downtrending. So all these possibilities are defining 4 major scenarios, okay? Scenario number 1, volatility going up into positive territory. Volatility going up into positive territory. This is the case. Here is becoming neutral or positive. This is the move. So this condition defines a bearish scenario, right? Which means a possible more or less potent down move. And this is exactly what we had here. Another scenario, volatility going down into positive territory. This is the case. Positive reading, but volatility index going down. What means that? Well, that means slightly bearish scenario, which means a bearishness decrease, if you want to call it that way, which means a possible reversal. And this is exactly what is going to happen. We have a potent reversal right now. And this is our number 3 scenario. Volatility going down into negative territory. This is a bullish scenario, which means a possible more or less potent up move. And this is exactly what you get, right? And these are the signals. This is our traditional alert systems. So you are defining and confirming the quality of these alerts with the volatility index. It's very useful and very versatile indicator. Let me move to the next slide, which is our, just one second, is our number 15. This is another example, right? Very nice example. We have some sequence, yes, of alert, but this is a MTS2 system. We will see the difference between both systems. The MTS2 system provides only one alert, not necessarily a sequence of alert. In this case, we have very close alerts, which is good because it's showing that momentum is being accumulated in this area, right? And we can see how the volatility index is going sharply down, right? Very interesting. When this indicator goes up, probably when it broke this resistance area right here, this peak, well, this is a good moment to get out because this is not probably is not a very bullish pullback. And it was exactly what happened. You can see this. You can see how this area is steady, is sideways, going to nowhere. So the indicator is crossing up and down. It's crossing the neutral area, the zero area, not going to anywhere. When a new movement is going to happen, well, we have this more or less tight base here. When it breaks down right here, this is a good moment to take an alert. And this is exactly what happened. Now we have the indicator going down in a more or less clear and strong down move. Okay? I like this indicator. It's another high quality help for your trading. Well, let me show this volume oscillator. This is another proprietary indicator we have. We will not talk a lot about the volume oscillator. This is a differential oscillator, very sensitive and very useful for day trading. I use much more in day trading than larger time frames like daily or weekly time frames. More or less the concept is the blue one is representing the difference between the medium term and the short term, or short term and mid term, and the red one is the difference between the long term and mid term. So we want basically the blue above the red, both going up. In this case, we can see higher highs right here, right, and higher lows right here. And this is the moment when we have a clear, smooth, and potent down move, right? This indicator is also included in all our packages, right? So what we choose? This is the question. Well, as a general concept, we use S momentum and total volatility index all the time. If you are trading in shorter time frames, for example, 5 minutes, 1 minute, range, ticks, something like that, we incorporate the volume oscillator too. And we use the 3 in order to control that everything is okay, everything is good, and we don't have any kind of disagreement, right? Let me move to the next slide, which is the number 18. So we are going now to analyze several examples. And an interesting way to analyze our system and to present and to compare, to face the smart system with our traditional system, in this case, specific, the MTS S2 system. We're going to review a little how those systems are composed and the difference and similarities, etc. Both systems are based on momentum. This is very clear, right? The MTSS is a medium aggressive trading system. Medium, not too aggressive, but it's not conservative. It's a medium aggressive trading system. Smart is a conservative trading system, definitely, and very precise. MTSS provides just a single alert for every long short possible entry point event. Okay? Smart provides, as I told you, and as you saw, a sequence of alerts for every long short possible entry point. That sequence works in some way like a confirmation event. If you take that the first smart alert is just one alert, as you are getting more consecutive alerts, you are confirming the first alert, right? This is more or less the concept why we like to see a sequence of several alerts, at least 2 alerts, a couple. This is an example, a very interesting example, a horrible example at the same time. I mean, a horrible scenario to trade. It's an intraday. In this case, it's 1 minute day trading time frame for the classic ETF QQQ technology. We are showing here, and we are analyzing 2 days. This is day number 1. We can name it, and this is the day number 2, where the things were a little more defined, right, into the short direction. Here we can see the signals coming from the MTSS2 system, right? We have a buy signal right here. You have, well, taking the first alert is a lot of aggressiveness. We don't recommend if you don't have experience enough in micro time frames. But anyway, the system is providing this alert, which is good because finally we have some kind of up move, unless at the going into the 10 a.m. the reversal, the 10 a.m. reversal time. Then we have another one, we have another one. Then we have a lot of alerts, but without highlighted bars and with just a few trend ribbon. So this is not, it's not workable. We have only the alert. We don't have basically the highlighted bars, and we only have a ribbon right here. Okay, that's fine. The system is not showing the three elements because it's a very steady situation where you maybe are holding some kind of remnant momentum, but you are not adding new guys to that amount. We have another here, very short, and this one, which is really, really short, or, well, if you want, it's not very good. But you have right here, when you break this base, you start to receive this sequence of alerts, okay, which is very good. Despite it's not the new system, it's the old system, the traditional system, I like to see several alerts at the same time. Let me show you the new smart system. This is much better, right? Much better. Where you have two alerts. You don't have here, and this is good, basically, because at the end of the day, it was not a very bullish day. And we have only one here, only one here, only one here, only one here, and here we have two. This is the minimum. This is the movement you can trade, actually, the only one, this one. Two alerts, bearish, highlighted bar. The second one is highlighted, so you can short. Okay, this is a horrible example, but I like to apply system to horrible sideways scenario because it's when you lose money, and with this system you are not losing money. You are only getting money, earning money. Let me move to another example. Amazon, in this case, MTSS2 system. Okay, we can see right here how the system is, MTSS2 system is providing the alerts. This is very nice. We saw a few slides ago, this example, this Amazon in daily time frame. And let me now show you the new system. This is much cleaner. This is nice, really wonderful. You can take right here because at least you have a couple of alerts here. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2 here. So any point of this base is workable, is tradable. Here we have an isolated, just one alert. You know what I don't like, but here you have a sequence of alerts, very potent. We are accumulating momentum, so the up move blast is imminent. And this is exactly what happened. And we were reinforced with the second or number 2 breakout with 2 alerts together and 1 to confirm. Okay, another 2 alerts here. The key here is where you put the stop, because as the up move was already developed, you can take a stop right here. You are very extended. You have to be protected against this kind of deep pullbacks, right? We will see right now exactly the criteria to set the stop loss, the original stop loss at least. So basically, this is the slide number. Let me see. Let me check. This is the 24, right? So the question is how to get into the position, how to get into the new position, long or short. In this case, we are proposing a long movement, a buy. So let me show how you get the entry. Let's define the exact entry point and the original stop loss. Both are very important. Here we have basically three possible entry events: number one, number two, and number three. All of them are workable. Okay, I like a little more the number one and number three, but the number two is also workable. Okay, depending on where you put your stop loss. We have the minimum condition for the new smart system, couple of alerts, sequence of 2 alerts, consecutive alerts. So this is workable. Okay, how we get into the position? Well, remember that the system works with a closed bar rule, right? So this alert will be shown the next day in this case because it's a daily time frame, right? And this alert will be shown the next day, this day. Basically, the rule is if you wait until the second alert show up, you will be taking the high of this bar. So the previous alert bar high. This is the concept above this high. So we will be the next year in this case because we have some kind of small gap. Any point of this day you can take the trade. Okay, you can refine using the system in intraday time frame at the same time in order to take the best intraday entry, which will be not a pure swing trading style, but it will be a hybrid, which is okay. It's perfect. I use that hybrid system a lot. The number two, why I say that I prefer the number one instead of the number two? Well, because in some way, this first event is not working in the way that we wish, right? We want to see a very fast move. But at the same time, this movement is not failing. He's consolidating a little more, okay? So we have these alerts. You can take any of these points, but I prefer to take the previous maximum, this reference. This is common sense technical analysis. If this maximum, this pivot is very close to this signal or this set of signals, as it is, because it's very close. It's only 7 or 8 periods. In this case, 7 days, but it could be 7 minutes, for example. Okay. The number three event is the most conservative entry. Why? Because we break the base from some kind of, not failure. I don't want to call it a fake because it isn't, but it's a more potent move. You can see the volume. Okay, if you have some kind of technical analysis background, these volumes are higher than this volume, and I prefer this. So the second alert is here, will be shown this day, so we will take this high any moment during the number 3 day when you will be probably receiving the alert, watching the alert from the previous day. Okay, and you can see that this is a very nice up move at the same time. What can we say about this momentum indicator? Because it's a help, we have to use it. Okay, it's a very good technique. I love this one. This one is very interesting because we have right here this gold or yellow fast plot line crossing up the green, crossing up the slow one. Both are positive, okay, and both are going up. Look, this green is going up straight forward, and the yellow, it did a small pullback, but never became negative, and it's crossing up again. This is very potent. This time, this is probably even a little more fresh than this one because you are coming from a more or less extended period where the S momentum yellow was above the green for a lot of time. And you know that it's not easy to keep a momentum indicator for a lot of time, for many years. It In some time, there will be some kind of rest, and this yellow will pull back and become another cross, another bullish event right here, crossing up, like right here. So, in short, we have the yellow above the green, both uptrending. The yellow is uptrending in its previous micro move, is this one. The green is a little steady right here, but he's coming back, and this is the important thing, right? He's coming back. Yellow above the green. If you see the long term, is still uptrending. There is no doubt. Okay, positive territory. Everything is fine. 2 alerts. You take this high during this day. This is the entry. Okay, you can see here the strength of the move, how powerful it is, because you can see here how the yellow one is retesting the green, but it never crossed down. This is very powerful. I like. Let me confess that I like the entries right here, because this is bullish rebound. This is highlighted right here, and the S momentum indicator is doing this. Despite we don't have the sequence of alerts, as an aggressive approach, I can take this one. But don't try to do this kind of entries at the beginning of your learning curve, okay? Let me now talk a little about the possible stop loss. This is very important, a very important concept. Where to set, where to determine the stop loss, the original stop loss. Well, always, as a general concept, we have to fix and to set and stop loss in a relevant demand area. In this case, in the case of a long position, right? Where is this? Is it here? Probably you have some kind of demand here because you were, this is a mini base, consolidation base, you broke up here, then you consolidate, you are moving up. So you have demand here. But the safest, the good stop loss is right here in this kind of pivot. This is the base. Look, this is another base which is being confirmed right here. So I like this possible stop loss. Don't be greedy. I mean, because you can adjust the size of your lot. So use the right stop, not the convenient stop. You understand what I'm trying to say? For this entry, you can set the stop loss right here. This is another big pivot. Okay, if you have a lot of volatility, eventually, you can even go lower. You can take the previous pivot. Okay, this is even more conservative. You can see, of course, this example was selected because I want to show more or less clearly what we are trying to accomplish. But believe me, this system is amazingly precise and conservative. I love it, really love it. So let me present right now an alternative entry technique, okay? Which is a technique. The technique is, what about overlapping the SMART system and the MTSS2 system? One medium aggressive system with a very conservative intelligent system like the SMART system. Basically, one possible routine is to find a high quality SMART system sequence of alerts, and then take the first MTSS2 unique alert. You remember the MTSS2 provides only one alert, only one buy signal, okay? Or vice versa. You can select the MTSS2 alert and wait until a sequence of SMART alerts happen, okay? Let me see what are we talking about. Where we have overlapping conditions. is more or less clear, right? Right here. Right here. This is the first event. We have a sequence and we have a buy alert right here. Okay? Where the stop should be set? Right here. This is the place to set the stop, original stop loss. You can eventually use the minor support concept. So using the maximum, the previous maximum area, when you break the resistance, that resistance becomes support. So you can use it, but I prefer this one. I prefer to be, not so compromised with the stop loss. Even if we have to trade a smaller size, doesn't matter. The second area or second event when we have overlapping is this one. So we have the first buy alert right here, which is right here, this more or less potent bar. And then we wait until we get a sequence of alerts. Is this one? Now I take the break. This is perfect. All the three systems are showing the two systems are showing the same concept, that we have momentum. In this case, we have a blast of momentum, and the S momentum indicator is perfect. Let me show this another example where we have the overlapping right here. Right here. And this is very safe because the pullback is shallow. It's not a sharp pullback, this one. We have 1, 2, 3 alerts. Breaking this resistance, we have this alert a little below, but the entry is more or less the same. And we have to set the pivot right here. The stop loss, sorry, in this pivot. Okay, right here, right here. We don't have more alerts. Why? Because the movement has not the necessary momentum to continue up. It's steady. Okay, you can scalp here with the system a little, but the big movement has no momentum, not enough. Okay, this is very clear too. More examples? Yeah, more examples. Let me take a look at this. This is a traditional momentum MTS-S2 system. Couple of alerts, good, unique alerts. We don't want sequence of alert with the traditional system. We want ribbon, highlighted bars, and alert. That's perfect. Okay, that's perfect. Let me show you now the new smart system. These vertical green lines are the other system alerts, just in order not to switch back, right? So we have here one first alert from the MTS-S2 old system, traditional system, and this is just a couple of candles ahead. We have the one buy alert. Is enough one buy alert? Well, if you are aggressive, it's enough. Okay, but if you are a little more conservative, you take this because you have this green vertical line showing the MTS-S2 signal, and just 3, 4 alerts. We have a sequence of 3 bars. You can take this high, so get into the position here. Where is the stop loss? You should put the stop loss right here, below this minimum, below this low, right? We have another event. Yes, we have another one right here. It's not so bad. Is this traditional system alert, this vertical line, green light, and we have just one. Well, it's just one. It's aggressive. It is. Don't take this entry if you are conservative. Very, very nice, very simple, and very clean. Let me show this example. This is Adobe, right, in daily time frame. Once again, we have the sequence of smart alerts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, practically 6 in a row. We have 5 in a row. And this vertical line is showing you where the traditional system is alerting you with a buy signal. So this is a perfect entry. Perfect entry. We have another event right here. This is the traditional alert, vertical green line alert. And just a couple of bars, we start to receive the buy smart alerts. Perfect. Do you have another one here? Yes. 2 is a minimum, is workable, where we have to put this stop loss right here. And it worked perfect. This is a very interesting example. This is crude oil. This is crude oil. Pay attention because it is really, really, really interesting. This is the 2008 downfall. It was a previous downfall to the 2014 crash, right? We love crude oil. We have this first entry. 200 moving averages is still uptrending, so this is aggressive in some way. And we can get some help from the volatility index right here, going up into positive territory. This is very bearish. And we have the safe. You know, when you take an aggressive entry, you have to get out very soon. This is my recommendation, because sooner or later you will have a more or less potent bounce in this case. Look this. But when after you retest these highs and you fail, you have the second sequence of alerts. This is perfect. Any of this you can short, and take a look at this move from the 85 area to the 30. Listen, this is a lot of money, right? A lot of money, more than 50 bucks. These alerts are just 2. As you are reducing the number of alerts, you have to make a decision. Maybe you want to get an entry or not, but as you are moving down, the movement is a little more extended, less momentum. So this only alert here is telling you that probably the movement is ending, party is over. Okay, let me show the 2014 crash, right? This is wonderful. Look, this first aggressive entry, it works perfectly. It was excellent. And the second entry below this bottoming tail, 2 alerts right here. This is the safest entry after this bounces. Very nice. Look this, 85 to 40, something like that. Perfect. This was the first move. Then we had some kind of bounce. We can see here, this is the 2014. This is CLC1, which is the crude oil, the first month expiration. And here we have the bounce. We have some alerts, very aggressive at the same time. Okay, very aggressive. Look, this 200 moving average is falling down. This is tremendous acceleration. This is not for trading. We are just retesting. Another short entry and another one here. Very nice. This is a more or less a current situation with crude oil. Yeah, more or less current situation. This was taken at the beginning of October. Today we are more or less right here. Okay, look the sequence. Just a couple of entries, possible entries. And this one is a very aggressive entry, and this is a conservative. Just this. Because here we have only one alert. It's not going to work probably, and nothing more. This is very good, very good. So, final question, how do we find good quality candidates to be traded? We are proposing to use our Momentum ST exploration strategy, which was specifically designed for the Explorer capability in MetaStock. Okay, you can use in daily time frame, or can use in intraday if you are a day trader, or you can use another of our exploration strategy also, the long-term bullish exploration in weekly time frames, for example, in order to discover candidates that are showing a lot of momentum in larger time frame, or you can apply to the daily time frame. I ran this exploration a couple of weeks ago, running the whole set of NASDAQ and New York exchanges, and this is what we got. We got a few candidates, but very good quality candidates. It took only 10 minutes to do that with MetaStock. This is an amazing capability. Something like 20-something results. Then we filtered a little with common sense and technical analysis concepts, and we got these cases. You can see how we got recent buy alerts with the smart system, all of them. This is a list that you can use from, well, next day or whatever, right? Guys, I would like to offer a very special offer today, only for attendees, okay? Only for you that are attending to this event. We are offering all our systems at this incredible price, $599. The regular price for the smart system only is $750. We are offering not only the smart, we are offering all our system, including our exploration strategy, including 3 training sessions of 45 minutes each. So here is our email. You can send us an email and we will be sending an order immediately to buy. This is valid only for today and tomorrow, 24 hours. You can visit our website right here. And thank you for coming. I will be here. I will be here for any questions, and you can contact me through the email. We'll be very glad to submit the payment order for this offer, which will be lasting only for today, 24 hours. Okay, thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Eduardo. Great presentation. You know, one of the things that I really like about Trading Total is the complete systems that they do offer. Very basic systems. They're very visually intuitive. In other words, you can take a very short period of time and look at a chart and understand exactly what action or lack thereof you should be taking. Eduardo did put, let's see here. We're going to take the link that.
Yes.
Let me do this. We want to put this in the chat box for you guys, so you can just go ahead and click on it. Okay, perfect. Like I was saying, the systems are very, very complete with MetaStock. One of the things that, you know, as Eduardo said, one of the key advantages here is being able to take these explorations that come with the Trading Total system and, you know, take, for example, all optionable stocks or all, you know, U.S. equities and trim it down to only the buy opportunities or the sell opportunities, long or short rather, that you know, makes sense for the current system that you're using. You know, as far as these systems, again, they are very, very simple and very advanced at the same time. It's amazing how it works. But as you saw in multiple examples there, you know, these systems actually work very, very well. I hope you guys can see my screen now. Obviously, with Eduardo offering that you know, incredible package that comes with the, you know, 3 training sessions, these systems work very, very well on MetaStock. For those of you in the audience that don't have MetaStock, we want to make sure that you have the ability to try out MetaStock along with using the Trading Total systems. So we did put together a little bit of a special offer here for Trading Total. For those of you who have made it to the webinar, you can actually go to metastock.com/trading total 3-for-1. And essentially what you're going to get is an extended trial offer. Basically what this means is if you pay for 1 month subscription to MetaStock, which is either $59 for end of day or $250 for real time, you will get 2 additional months at no cost. This will give you the opportunity to use Eduardo systems, take the education, and also understand how MetaStock fits into your workflow. So again, that's 3 months for the price of 1. And in the case of end of day, you're saving about 220 some odd dollars, and real time, you're saving about 600. So quite a bit of value on this webinar, I would say. Like I said, to take advantage of that, just go to metastock.com/trading-total 3-for-1. I'll put that in the chat box as well. Or our sales chat is open right now. If you just go to metastock.com, there will be a little chat button that pops up, and you can talk with one of our sales reps, and they can get you set up with this special offer trial. Eduardo, thank you again very much for presenting today. I look forward to using some of your systems.
Thank you, Hunter. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
For those of you in the audience, thanks again for attending this webinar. Go ahead and check Trading Total out, as well as take advantage of the trial if you have not used MetaStock yet. And as always, happy trading.